Hi all. Today we will learn about the excipients of natural origin, that is specifically binders. Binders which are used in pharmaceutical preparation. So we will learn here excipients of natural origin, in that binders, presented by myself Preetham. Now we will move towards the first, which are the binders. So I am giving you example of two binders here. One is acacia and the another one is known as a gelatin. That is, we will learn about the two binder here. So natural binding agents. So first of all, we have to learn what do you mean by binders. So here, binders are the agent which increase the intactness of tablet after compression. See, in pharmaceutical preparation, when we are punching the tablet and when we are compressing the tablet, it is has a possibility that it can be a form of powdering or capping. So that can be avoided, or we can say intactness of the tablet as such is nothing but given by the binder or binding agent. It is also improving the cohesiveness of the granules. So granules are nothing but cohesiveness of the granules get improved. Increase in the minimum, particularly powdering, or we can say separation of the powder after compression. So that can be avoided. This is nothing but known as a perfectly cohesiveness of the granules can be increased by the using a binding agent or binders. So the second point is nothing but binders are increasing the bonding state between the interparticulate within a tablet. So there is particles which are nothing but in between that bonding strength between the two particles is nothing but get increase. The bonding strength is nothing but increase within a tablet, and that is nothing but done work done by the binding agent. Then binding agent use either dry mix, or it may be, or specifically mix in a granulating liquid, or it is used in a fillers and a drug incorporated in it. Specifically means what? Binders are can be used in the form of dry mix, means what? While preparation of the powder mixture, for the compression we are utilizing, then we are usually utilizing forming a mass, that is nothing but granule preparation. In that granulating liquid it can be used, or it can be used in a filling fillers as a filler directly compression. So in that particularly we can say the binding agent is used on specifically drying. Solid binders form a glue which hold the particles together. Means what? When you mix in a granulating liquid, and further when you are drying this solid binder, it will form glue like structure and it will hold the particulate together. And that is the most ingredient, particularly we can say most important ingredient is wet binder, which can be used in a wet granulation process. Specifically, we can say binders are hydrophilic and mostly it is water soluble. So, binder is giving us strength, improve cohesiveness of the granules, and then it is increasing intactness, cohesiveness of the granules. It can increase the bonding strength between the interparticulate, and it can be used either in a dry mix or liquid, or granulating liquid, or in a fillers directly it can be utilized. So which are the advantage for the natural binding agent? Natural binding agent means what? The agent which are used obtained from a natural source, either plant or either animal source. So specifically we can say, when we think about the advantages of natural binder or ideal properties, we can say it should be low toxicity, then it should be having availability and ample of availability, and as well as a cheap. Then it should be biodegradable. Biodegradable is a nothing but a characteristic it require. Then it will release, it should not, it will specifically it will improve the release of the drug and enhance the absorption and viability. It is possible that it can be increase also the absorption as well as the bioavailability, and that will be plus point, or we can say advantage of the natural binder. It also improving the stability of dosage form. It should not be creating any dampness, or we can say it cannot be, it should not be absorb the moisture such that it can be change the property of the formulation. So it should be stability, improve the stability of dosage form. Then it should be improve the organoleptic properties of that. Organoleptic means color, odor, mass, particularly we can say smell. is nothing but is organoleptic properties of the drug should be improved. So these are the advantages: low toxicity, then availability and cheap, biodegradable, then enhance the absorption and bioavailability, then improve the stability, and organoleptic properties will be increase of the drug. Then the next one is a natural binder. See, some of the disadvantages also there for the natural binder. What are these? The over time occasionally lead to tablet hardening and decrease in dissolution performance. May somewhat it is also decreasing the dissolution of the drug, that is tablet specifically, and it will causing a hardening of the tablet. When polymer binders are used, it is a addition of strong disintegrant is required, that is super disintegrant typically required. That's expensive, which are nothing but expensive, and that is a negative effect. So polymer binder are very strong in binding as a binding agent. So for that formulation, we should use a strong disintegrant also. So that will increase the cost of the formulation, and specifically it will cause a negative effect on product of stability as well as a film coating appearance of the finished product. That will be causing a difficulty, and that is nothing but then example of nothing but a plant starch is there, gelatin is there, plant gum, acacia, tragacan, pre-gelatinized starch is there. That is nothing but natural binding agent. Now we will move towards these are nothing but the properties. What do you mean by binding agent? Advantages, disadvantage of the natural binding agent. And now we will move towards the next slide. That is nothing but the drug wise we will learn. First is acacia. Acacia is also known as an Indian gum, or it is also bubble. It has been known as biological source. Every time cognosy is nothing but we required a biological source should be remember. So in that case, dried gummy extrusion of a stem or branches of Acacia arabica, Acacia senegal. It is nothing but a dried exudation from the stem and branches. See, exudation means what? Out of particularly we can say from the stem and branches that gummy exudation will come, and that is nothing but known as from which plants? Acacia arabica and Acacia senegal, belonging to family Leguminosae family. Then when we think about the macro geographical sources of it, geographically it is available ample amount in India, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Morocco, and Africa. Then cultivation collection wise, a seed or cutting is being used for the propagation or cultivation. The loamy soil it is required. It requires 1000 meter of altitude. 2 to 6 meter height is nothing but the normally it has been acacia plant is bare, a pointed leaves and pinkish white flowers. Then heart shaped prickly pods are present in this particularly we can say, and pod are containing specifically 50 seeds approximately. It is not a perfectly but 50 seeds are present approximately. The acacia, so macroscopic means what? Morphological character of the acacia, specifically it is a green cream brown red or to red color. White flower powder is light brown in color, particularly we can say light brown color. It is nothing but we can say it has been present, or cream brown to red color. Then it is odorless. Then bland taste is there, gummy, because of that it is a bland taste. Then irregular brown tears and varying size is nothing but it has been present, a brown color specifically for the acacia. When we think about the acacia, Indian gum specifically, when we think of it, chemical constituent wise, chemical constituent, it contain the arabin, which is nothing but we can say complex mixture of calcium, magnesium, potassium, salt of arabic acid. Arabin is nothing but we can say it is a complex mixture of calcium, magnesium, potassium, salt of arabic acid. So on hydrolysis it is giving a L-arabinose. Then sugar moiety which is given by this is nothing but L-rhamnose, D-galactose and D-glucuronic acid. These are nothing but we can say chemical constituent, and it can also contain the enzyme. Acacia plant particular gum it is present, oxidase and peroxidase. These are nothing but enzymes are present. Specifically, arabin is one of the constituent, which is a complex mixture of calcium, magnesium, potassium, salt of arabic acid. On hydrolysis, it is giving L-arabinose, rhamnose, galactose, and D-glucuronic acid. Then enzymes also present is having oxidase and peroxidase. Now, chemical test of it. It will give a gelatinized aqueous solution with a lead subacetate solution. Means what? This acacia give gelatinous aqueous solution, that is nothing but with the lead subacetate, then it does not give the pink color with the ruthenium red. Is one of the, we can say, for the gum or carbohydrate it has been utilized the taste. So ruthenium red, it will not give any pink color. Then powder in water, specifically we can say, along with the benzidine in alcohol, if it is give the, it will give the blue color, and it is specifically test for the oxidase enzyme. If it is show the oxidase enzyme presence, is nothing but oxidase enzyme is present, and that's why it will show the positive this test, that is nothing but water along with the drug, along with the H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide, benzidine and alcohol, it will give the blue color. And then incompatibility, it is incompatible for with some of the, we can say, medicament, borax, phenylene, gelatin, lead acetate, then cresol, ethanol, morphine, phenol, tannin, with the ferric salt of amidopylene and aporphin. This particularly apomorphine is nothing but, we can say, where it has been incompatible. Then method of sterilization is autoclaving, it has been utilized. These are the chemical constituent, and the method of sterilization is used as a autoclaving. Now usage, the use of this acacia specifically, it is used as a binder for by using a concentration of 1 to 5%, then suspending agent with the concentration of 5 to 10%, emulsifying agent with the 10 to 20% of the concentration. It is used as a mucilage thickener, and specifically it should be stored in a tightly closed container and dry place. It is nothing but all about the acacia. Now we will move towards the next drug, that is a gelatin. Gelatin is known as a synonym gelatina or gelatina foam, or specifically we can say pura gel, it has been known as. When we think about a biological source, see, gelatin is obtained from specifically is a mixtures of the reversible gel forming protein, which is derived from the animal tissue, particularly skin, bone, and hot water. So this is not a plant specifically source. These are the animal source. So what we have to know about the gelatin is, first, gelatin is a reversible gel forming protein. Mixtures of the reversible gel forming protein, which is derived from what? Derived from animal tissue, particularly skin, bone, with the hot water. This process convert insoluble collagen into soluble gelatin. This process means what? The process is being utilized, and that process is nothing but, we can say, is known to be causing a convert insoluble collagen into soluble gelatin, and the solution of which is then purified and concentrated in solid form, that is known as a gelatin. Now, what is the process? Specifically, we can say initial stage, the preparation is nothing but a starting material, that is a bone. For example, defatted with the organic solvent, and sometimes decalcified with the treatment of acid. So first of all, these bone, skin, tissues, animal tissues are decalcified, or we can say treatment with the acid. Then two type of gelatin characterized in BP and EP, particularly we can say type A. Type A is nothing but, we can say, obtained from partial acid hydrolysis of the human animal collagen. Partial acid hydrolysis of animal collagen, whereas a type B by partial alkaline hydrolysis. Mixes of both type also are permitted, but specifically official book are showing specifically type A and type B gelatin, which is nothing but type A partially hydrolysis by the acid, and type B is nothing but the partially alkaline hydrolysis. So that is nothing but, we can say, all about the collection. Now when we think about the gelatin specifically, this macroscopic character. Macroscopic character is nothing but, we can say, it is a colorless or pale yellow color, depend upon the purification process. Then it is having a odor little bit, and taste also. Proteinous in nature, specifically solubility is insoluble in cold water but absorb, and considering volume of liquid, it dissolve on heating. Specifically hot water, it will get dissolved. 2% solution is forming a jelly on cooling. Means what? When you are adding a gelatin 2%, that is a 2 2 gram in 100 ml, then it will cause a jelly formation when you are cooling that particular solution after heating. So gelatinized powder, gelatin is reducing by the long boiling. Means what? Gelatinizing power is get reduced when you are boiling continuously that solution. And type of the gelatin, type B is nothing but compatible with the anionic substances, whereas a type A is not compatible. In some specific purpose it has been utilized, and specifically we can say these two type of is nothing but officially is nothing but mention type A and type B. Now, chemical constituent wise, it's containing a protein. It having a number of amino acids. Specifically, the protein which is known present is gluten, and usually it is giving all the taste of the protein itself. Now, when we think about the usage of the gelatin, use of the gelatin, specifically it is been used as a pastels formation, pastes, suppositories, pessaries, capsule formation, for the pill coating and gelatin sponge. For that it is been utilized. Specially purified and pyrogen free gelatin are available for intravenous injection, and it will grade specifically depend upon the bloom strength is used for the making a gelatin capsule and bacteriological culture media. So gelatin is specifically used for the pastels, paste, specifically suppositories, pessaries, capsules, peel coating, then gelatin sponge. Along with that, it is also used for the capsule formation, then bacteriological media. So that is back nowadays. The gelatin sponge is one of the, we can say, it has been utilized conventionally mentioned as a absorbable water insoluble hemostatic material. It is a hemostatic material which will be, and specifically we can say after cutting into species, the sterilization by the dry heat, and that is nothing but by the BP standard, that is the British Pharmacopoeia standard. For this material it has been utilized, and similar manner it is used in a specifically, we can say, in very as a form of gelatin sponge. So this is nothing but use of the gelatin. So today we will learn about these are the reference I had used. Today we will learn about the gelatin as well as acacia. Both these products are used. Both these molecules are utilized, or we can say constituent or crude drug. It is utilized in as a binder in excipient, as a binder in excipient, tablet formulation, capsule formation, and various purpose it has been utilized as a binding agent. And thank you very much for kind listen, and you can subscribe my channel for more and more pharmacognostic presentation and pharmacognosy of drug. I had explained many PPTs are available, and biochemistry videos are also available. Please subscribe channel. This is nothing but we can say disclosure here I am giving you, that is nothing but a presentation for the B.Pharm students, so it should not be taken as a reference for the treatment of any element or other usage. Thank you very much. Please subscribe the channel for the more and more videos, and if you require any videos, please comment in a comment section so that I can get it easily and I can prepare that. Thank you very much.